Hey, what's up? Hope everybody's doing good. Sunday, September 20th, 2020. My name is Vega. This is the SerpentX Special Forces channel. I usually do these streams on Saturday if I have the availability, because, depends on my full-time job. But believe it or not, Sunday, the time that I don't normally have the availability to stream, my fiance and family are allowing me to have some time because I don't have a studio or a secondary location where I can record, stream, all that good stuff. I do it right from my house. It's just an at-home miner, at-home gamer, regular old Joe, family man, father, all that good stuff. Caffeine and crypto. I got my caffeinated drink, and I talk about typically mining, but this week has definitely been a crazy one. I mean, I never seen the amount of anger. Like, I know gamers don't like miners because in their mind, and this was around the 10 series, like 1080, 1070, 1070 Ti, leading up to the 2000 series, the stock of GPUs were dwindling because miners, were building multiple mining rigs, 6 card, 8 card, and they were getting upset with us, which is understandable. But this recent one, right before the launch, like most of the videos or content related to speculating on, the 3000 series performance as far as hash rate and stuff like that, I got a lot of negative feedback and a lot of dislikes just because it's crypto mining related. And I communicated with them and I let them know, hey, I'm just a regular gamer. And me, myself, and I believe a few of us in the crypto space game. So we're gamers too. But, we want to put our GPUs to work. We don't just game and then let the GPU sit there. No, when we're not gaming, we're mining on our GPUs. Yes, we have multiple rigs mining away, but we're not against gamers. The gamers are against us. And I want to make sure that, me specifically, that I am not out there buying every single GPU just so that way gamers don't have it. That's not what I do. This recent stock, the launch just was bad. Anyways, hope you're doing well. Crypto market's looking kind of red today. We dropped down from 11,000, retesting back. I believe some people are hoping to close this small CME gap, even though we didn't close the other one, the 9600 run. But this leaves us to where if we stay at this level, Monday there won't be any gap and we can do whatever we need to. I don't know why people keep believing we need to close the gap in the first place, but we'll see. Hello, Michael. Thank you for commenting. Hope you're doing well, bud. So it would be nice to see profits continue to go up. I mean, Ethereum profits are looking pretty good. Because we're not only getting the blocks, but the transaction fees and stuff like that. So that's pretty cool. Ethereum Classic still being the top there. So despite the attacks, they're still one of the top Ethereum tokens to mine, or Ethereum coins. Ethereum outright has always been at the top for most of 2020, I would say. And then we got obviously Kapow, Kakaru for Nvidia type GPUs, and then for AMD, it's kind of the same. We got Ethereum tokens and then Kapow. So really, you can't go wrong with ETC, ETH, or RVN. Those are the top coins between either AMD or Nvidia. I'm kind of sad. This week was kind of saddening to see the amount of anger the gamers had towards miners. It was very disheartening. Like I'm getting ready for Shadowlands, World of Warcraft Shadowlands. I haven't played WoW in a while. I think I was in like TBC, the Burning Crusade private server. but I haven't played that in a while. Retail, what expansion did I last play? Retail was, I think I stopped before Warlords of Draenor is when I stopped, but I wasn't really into it as much as I was back in the day when it was like level 60 and 70. I was running with a guild called High Lords of Illuminati, and we were actually doing well as far as ranking guild wise on the server. So it would be interesting to get back in. I hear Shadowlands is gonna be pretty good. Turn this fan down for y'all. Forgot that I left it on. Getting ready for some football. Got some games that I got a couple bets on, just playing around against my friends. So we'll see how that turns out. Very interesting story. Former government contractor avoids jail for mining crypto at work. This contractor in Australia who mined crypto using state-owned supercomputers has avoided jail time. According to the Sydney Morning Herald, Jonathan Coe was ordered to complete 300 hours of community service for installing code on 2 supercomputers run by Australia's Commonwealth Scientific and Industrial Research Organisation, or CSIRO, to mine cryptocurrency. He was able to mine $9,400 worth of cryptocurrency in Australian fiat and deposited these into his Ethereum and Monero wallets in 2018. Basically, the institution code diverted the needed computing power, which cost the agency $76,000. $76,000, and you only managed to make $9,420. That's not really an efficient mining rig, so to speak. And Michael, to address your question, Druid, usually the healer for my friends or guild or whatever. But I got out of it because a lot of my friends, we all dispersed, Graduated high school and we all went our separate ways. There was really no call for me. I didn't really want to play. Yes, there was looking for raid, but I didn't want to play and get thrown into a mix of people that either don't know how to play, or if they do know how to play, they're just sucking. And I'm having to overheal them because they're standing and stuff. It was getting old. But yeah, I usually play Druid as my favorite. My main has always been Druid. Originally my name was Renu, R-E-N-U. And I was actually really good. But then I changed servers to stay with a couple of local boys. And then they dispersed. And so now I'm stuck on a server that none of my friends are on. Now granted, there's cross realm, but I want to go to the server so that way I can be in their guild. We can build up. And of course, everybody's got their main group. Healers, tanks, DPS. So I'm going to have to find my niche where, everybody needs healers. But if you got a solid, core group and secondary, unless the guild has multiple, I'm going to have to find my way again. But Coe's mining activity was discovered in February 2018, and he was dismissed from employment. Charges of unauthorized modification of data to cause impairment came a year later. Maximum penalty is 10 years in prison, and he was able to avoid that. Again, the amount that he mined by converting or using these supercomputers in Australia compared to the average cost, definitely not an efficient mining rig. Definitely not. So don't do that at work. Do not mine cryptocurrency at work. That's not a smart thing to do. I've seen some people do it. I mean, heck, I think there's still some websites out there, if I'm not wrong, that got some code on there, or at least we heard stories, got some code on there, like they mine Monero with the user CPU, with the website available. Moving on, Ryzen, we got October coming, and yeah, I don't want to hype it up because we don't want to give the scalpers anything to be happy about, jerks. But with Ryzen around the corner, before the RDNA 2, there's speculation that it would be called the 5000 series instead of the 4000 series. So a new tweet from Patrick Schur, a software engineer actively sharing undisclosed details on the future of AMD processors, suggested that the upcoming Zen 3 based series will in fact adopt the 5000 in naming nomenclature. This is not shocking news, as has been rumored a couple weeks now. AMD would allegedly align Vermeer, I believe that's how you say it, desktop Matesi successor, naming with Ryzen. Where did he come up with these names? Both series would launch as the Ryzen 5000 series. The 4000 series would therefore remain exclusive to Raynor FP6 Mobile. So they're trying to separate the desktop line and the mobile from desktop. And AMD has actually been doing really good with their mobile platforms as far as their performance. I know Intel has come out with their 11th gen Tiger Lake CPUs, but the AMD is kind of getting a good foothold in multiple arenas. The desktop space, they're just killing it. Matter of fact, I don't have the video out yet, but I will have it where I built another Ryzen 3600 system for a client, which I had some time lapse and stuff on that, so I'll stay tuned for that. And AMD's just killing it right now, and then they're getting a decent foothold, especially with the new 4000 series mobile platform on the laptops and ultrabooks or all-in-ones. They're starting to make some significant gains in that arena as well. So we should see maybe at least a Ryzen 9, even if it's not the 5900X, even if it's the 4900X, that's going to be a 12-core, 24-thread CPU. And then whether it's the Ryzen 7 5800X or 4800X, we're going to see an 8-core, 16-thread. Now remember, the top end, besides the 3950X and stuff like that, was usually an 8-core, 16-thread CPU from AMD, but now we're pushing past that. And AMD is no stranger to multiple cores. In order to compete with Intel back in the day, who had has been the IPC king, and they still technically are, but not by much. AMD has exploited or expanded upon its cores, how many cores it has, versus Intel. Matter of fact, I still have a Phenom 2 sitting in my closet I need to dust off, and it still works. It was one of my first custom computer builds. I had a computer before then, but it was just an Acer, and that was when I was really young. So last month's Igor's Lab on Vermeer engineering samples boosted to 4.9 gigahertz. Back then, it was also speculated that the series might be renamed the 5000 series against the 4000 series, and it doesn't leave a lot of room for a 10-core processor. I think they still would. If they don't come out with it in October, they still may come out with a 1020 type processor, but the IPC of these CPUs for Zen 3, especially since we're having the shrink down to 7 nanometer, it has definitely been an improvement. If Intel could just get off the damn 14 plus and down to 7 nanometer, just stop working on 10. Stop, Intel, stop working on 10. You've been sitting there long enough. You gave AMD plenty of time to catch up to you. It's time to move on. Only thing I hate about caffeinated drinks. But I look forward to Zen 3 because in my living room, I have a media system that I have that my boys use to game and do all the stuff. And it's got the B450 Tough from Asus. And the VRMs are decent. I mean, they're not the best in the game, but they're decent. And one of the biggest concerns during a previous upgrade was, can the VRMs handle a jump in generation? What I mean by that is you're jumping from Ryzen 5 to Ryzen 7 or Ryzen 9 with more cores, more threads, more TDP. Can it handle it? So I'm interested to see. I know there's going to be a BIOS update that I'm going to have to do. So if you're smart, if you're upgrading your AMD CPU from 3000 series to the 5000 or the new Zen 3, Definitely make sure if there's a BIOS update to update while you still have that original CPU in there before you swap it out. I had an issue, at least with the 2000 series, the Ryzen 2000 series, where I bought a brand new system, motherboard, CPU, stuff like that. It was Ryzen ready, but when I went to boot, it wouldn't boot because the BIOS wasn't updated by the vendor. I believe most vendors, at least now, if you buy a motherboard, you want to look for like Ryzen 3000 ready, Ryzen 4000 or 5000, whatever it is, ready, or Zen 3 ready, whatever it says, because if you get that motherboard and CPU and you don't have a spare, then you won't be able to boot or you won't be able to update the BIOS so you can boot. Some motherboards do circumvent that with, what is it called? I think Asus has it, where you can still update the BIOS outside, like even if you can't boot, you can still update the BIOS, but I could be wrong about that. Because I had to, for a client one time, I had the 2400G, but because it was a new CPU, the motherboard didn't detect it, didn't boot, so AMD was allowing people to order CPUs, or they would send a CPU, I believe, for you to update, and then you send it back. I just ordered a 1200, Ryzen 3 1200, booted in, updated BIOS, and then swapped out the CPU, sent that back to Amazon, and that was it. No big deal. But here are the specs. The Ryzen 9 5950X, 16 core, 32 threads, and that's nothing new. I wonder how Threadripper is going to be. You know, as the regular desktop space expands into these multi-core CPUs, I wonder how everything else is going to turn out. And then we have the Ryzen 9 5900X, and then Ryzen 7 5800X. No confirmed clocks, even though we know Igor's lab got 4.9 gigahertz out of it. It really comes down to TDP and all-core. We want to know what the all-core clocks are for these CPUs. And that's one of the things that I like about new hardware, is testing it and kind of fine-tuning it. You know, setting the core voltage, setting the LLC or cache, or, you know, just tuning a CPU or GPU to get the optimum performance or the best performance. Yeah, you increase power draw, but not from a mining perspective, but just for fun. Because I like to benchmark and know where my system compares to others. I even like doing that for clients' computers. When I build them a new gaming computer, I may go benchmark it on HardwareBot, or test it against 3D Mark or some games. You know, upload my Steam library, or connect to it, and then go ahead and test some games and see how it does in comparison. Ledger. I'm not sure who's got what, but I still have the Nano S, not the Nano X, and I think this was a really good investment. If you don't have a hardware wallet, I did a video not too long ago talking about, you know, what the wallets are, what should you choose and stuff like that. The Ledger is a good choice, or any hardware wallet, Trezor, because you want to keep your crypto safe. And the hardware wallet latest update prevents dusting attacks. Dusting is where microtransactions, or very small, minute amounts, are sent to various addresses, because obviously our addresses, not on the privacy chains, but on the public chains, are available or accessible, or you can see it, and you just send little amounts to these different addresses, and then you can track those amounts that you sent as it goes through the network, so to speak. But hardware wallet maker Ledger has recently upgraded its software suite to include more privacy and control over crypto transfers to help prevent dusting attacks. A dusting attack is where a malicious actor sends small amounts of Bitcoin, or that crypto, to a wallet to break the privacy of the user for further attacks. That happened for me with Litecoin. I got dusted, but I haven't moved it, so they can't really see what I'm doing, because my Litecoin's just chilling. Ledger Live version 2.11.1 introduces a new feature called Coin Control, which gives users the ability to adjust transaction settings to include more privacy or optimal fee usage. That's nice. At least for me, who uses a Ledger. Now users can select the addresses they want to use for transactions using coin control instead of previous default first in, first out, or FIFO method of automatically using the oldest address. This matters because it prevents third-party tracking those transactions through tiny amounts of BTC called dust or whatever altcoin, which is worth less than the transaction fees. These dusts can be used to trace the identity of the owner through analysis, since these tiny unspent transaction outputs can accumulate. A large-scale dusting attack was carried out on Litecoin users in August 2019. I was part of that attack. So, well, not part of it. I was attacked in that August 9th, 2019. Trying to see if there's anything else. Yeah. Nothing else that you guys know how to read. I'm not going to read the entire thing to you. All these articles are going to be in the description of this video if you're interested. And last but not least, who has been doing this with me? Oh my goodness. This is probably the most fun that I had screwing over people who screwed us in a long time. This isn't my specific sell or post on eBay, but dude, it's so funny. It is so funny. It's nice to get some humor because these guys really screwed us. The RTX 3000 series launch is absolutely horrible. It was absolutely horrible. I would call it a paper launch, even though everybody's saying it's not a paper launch. I mean, if you guys aren't aware of my channel, I hang out with people like Red Panda Mining, Crypto Mikkel, Hash Tractor, Savage Mine. These guys are all good people. Yes, we're all miners, but we're also all gamers, and we like to talk and have a good time, give each other grief, maybe play some poker, maybe go to a tournament. It's good people. It's just hanging out, and I love it. I absolutely love it. But we were all hanging out, right? So we knew the launch was coming. We knew it was going to be hard to get these GPUs. There was no doubt about it. It was going to be hard to get these GPUs. So we're prepared the night before. We're prepared the day of. Newegg, of course, puts out a tweet saying 9 a.m., 9 a.m. Well, 9 a.m. comes around, but all the websites go down. Nvidia goes down. Best Buy goes down. Newegg goes down. And even if you refreshed, it would just give you a different error or different whatever it was. And I don't want gamers who've been upset with us prior to the launch, and they already know the truth now. It's been all over Twitter. It's already been talked about. Jay's 2 Cents made a video about it. We know who the perpetrators were. We know who it was that did what they did. Maybe not individually, but we just know them as a group. The same group that goes around buying freaking stickers, or sneakers, excuse me. And they got us good. They got us good. And it's not just bounce alerts. It's other bot programs. And if you look up bounce alerts, there's all kinds of different bots. You got Dragon AIO bot, Thunder IO, Adept, Fruits. And all of these programs or bots that are payment, subscription, or exclusive membership or whatever, you got to know somebody that knows somebody. And they got us good. There's no doubt about it. They got us good. They got us napping. It just potentially got worse. It was around during the 20 series, and it just got worse and worse. And now with the pandemic as low as it is, with the pandemic impacting stock as bad as it has been, right? There's high demand because of the hype, low stock. These guys can turn around and flip it for a good profit. And I respect the hustle. Don't get me wrong. I respect the hustle. I understand it. You're trying to make a buck, especially right now. A lot of people are unemployed. So some of these people that bought massive amounts of GPUs are not unemployed and they're not worried about money because they had the funds to buy 18 to 42 GPUs. But the people that buy only 1, 2, 3 and then turning around and flipping it, they're making their money back plus extra. And they might have to feed their family. So I respect the hustle. The problem is the companies themselves, like Micro Center had physical stock. Nobody else had physical stock. We knew this was going to happen. I mentioned it in a video prior to launch. There will be scalpers, and they're going to come in mass because of low supply, high demand. It is an easy profit-making opportunity. I didn't mean for them to take all of it, and they took all of it within milliseconds, not even seconds, milliseconds. They instantly did it. And all it took was a company or a bot program like Bounce Alerts to make some alterations to their program to, instead of target, Foot Locker and Shopify stores that sell exclusive sneakers, to target these known vendors or these good vendors. And they did it. They did it, and they did it well. So, again, I respect the hustle, but nobody that I know, unless you're a tech tuber, got the GPU. Most of the people that got the GPU went to Micro Center or was sent a review sample directly from the manufacturer. And good luck trying to find it anywhere else. And the concerning thing is, as stock replenishes, the bots are already sitting there with their scripts just running. So as soon as Best Buy does restock, as soon as Newegg does restock, it's going to instantly go out again until these scalpers sound like I was back in New York again. As soon as these scalpers see, okay, these guys aren't going to buy these GPUs at these crazy prices, there's no point in doing it anymore. Lower the price and then sell it at a down to earth price, then it stops. But as long as people are out there buying these GPUs at these prices, they're going to keep doing it. So if you're buying the GPUs, you're just feeding their habit. Please stop buying their GPUs. All you're doing is feeding the issue. Do not buy their GPUs. And that's what this article is all about. People like myself and many others are on there creating these outrageous offers, upbidding GPUs on purpose, doing paper editions. Where's my favorite one? Where's it at? Paper editions. Oh, they don't have it. Where's the RTX toilet paper? Oh, they don't have the RTX toilet paper. Hang on. RTX 3080 toilet paper edition. No. They don't have it. Let's sort by auction. See, this is what I'm talking about. Good stuff, guys. Good stuff. Good job. Keep doing that. Keep trolling the scalpers. I don't know if I can find one of mine. I don't think so. Graphics card, printed photo. Confirmed pre-order. And some of these confirmed pre-orders are not even confirmed pre-orders. They're actually fake. So be very, very careful. Nvidia RTX 3080 Founders Edition in hand. So this type of stuff, this guy did a nice 3D print. Crypto Mikkel. You might like this, a 3D print of the RTX 3080. But yeah, be mindful of the fact that these scalpers are going to keep doing it if you're buying the GPUs for this price. RTX 3080 BFG edition. I think I actually have that GPU. Is that the... I think that's the 260. He taped over it, but I believe it's a 260. But yeah, we the people and the gaming and mining space are messing with the scalpers because we are upset about the launch, the way the vendors handle it, and the scalpers taking all of the stock. But there's nothing you can do about it now. You can't. Complaining about it isn't going to do anything. The only way we can deal with it is by messing with them back, make them understand. Go back to sneakers. It is not worth it. Yeah, you may make a profit off of a couple of idiots, but it's not worth it to be in this market. This is where the gamers and the crypto enthusiasts reside. This is our market. Get the heck out of it. You screw around with them. There's the toilet paper. You screw around with them. Oh, that's not toilet paper. I thought it was. It was just a paper printout. Where's the toilet paper one? That was great. Calculator. There's the toilet paper one. Bam. Even got the 3090 in the background. Good stuff. If you have the opportunity and the capability to mess around, and go ahead and screw these guys over and make the scalpers' lives miserable so they don't come back, please join the fight. Feel free to do so. Good luck. If you got a card, great. Good luck getting one in the future. I wish you the best. But this won't be the last time that we see this happen. As long as bots are available, it won't be the last time. We're going to just continue to see them take advantage of any market that has high demand, low supply. So just keep an eye out for that. And if you got a RTX 3080, hit me up on Twitter at SerpentX SF. Send me a pic. Show me that you actually do have it in some form or fashion, maybe holding it in your hand, in your computer rig, Do something special so that way we know it's actually you. And that's going to be pretty much it. We've got some football getting ready to go on here in a little bit. I'm waiting to get some games going, talk some trash to my friends. I hope you guys have a great weekend wherever you're at. Michael asked, the different Michael, not Patterson. Michael asked, can bots defeat the CAPTCHA that websites put up? Yes, and that's exactly what happened. Whether it's Newegg or Best Buy or whatever, if you're refreshing websites multiple times very quickly, sometimes a CAPTCHA will show up, but those bots can circumvent those CAPTCHAs. And with the amount of AI, like Jace2Cent said this in his video, with the amount of AI that Nvidia has, why weren't they able to see through that? Like, they're saying they're investigating and looking for, bots and canceling their orders and stuff like that. But as soon as they cancel an order and update the stock, another bot is going to take its place. So they're just going to keep going in a circle trying to investigate all these orders. And it's not going to get anywhere. And the bots are just going to keep buying whatever restock comes in because they're hoping to keep the market down. They're hoping to have control of the market continuously and then go from there. The RTX 3090 is going to be crazy because if they buy it at $1,500, I mean, look, they're buying these GPUs at what, $700? Let's say $725, and then they're selling it for $1,100 all the way up to $1,400. That's freaking ridiculous. That's almost $600 profit. So they could have bought 2 cards by the time they sell it. So maybe some of them are buying the 3080 to flip it at $1,400, so that way they could put another 100 in and get the 3090, and then flip that one at $2,000, maybe $2,500. It's unfortunate, the world we live in. Any exclusive product is going to be targeted, and the more we hype it up as a community, the worse it's going to be for us at launch. So we'll see. We'll see how things turn out. But I'm just going to keep mining and gaming. And I hope the gamers can understand, if there's any gamers in here or watching this video in the future, as a miner, I want you to understand, I'm not a large-scale miner. I don't have a warehouse full of GPUs. I didn't buy all of your GPUs to mine Bitcoin or Ethereum or whatever. I do have GPUs that I accumulated over time. If you look at my main rig and you pay attention to this channel, my rig is built off of GPUs that I have acquired over time. I didn't go out and buy all 6 or all 8. I don't even have the electrical strength to do that right now. I will in the future. I do plan on upgrading, but I'm not going to go out and buy every single one of your GPUs. So you're like, whatever. You're just one guy. I know other people that buy all the GPUs. Yeah, that's true. But they're trying to make a profit. You got to respect the hustle. Just like these scalpers, you got to respect the hustle. They got us. They got us. It was up to the vendors and the sellers to stop it. They didn't. The scalpers won. We're sitting on our thumbs. But you got to respect it. These guys are hustlers. Miners, we're kind of hustlers too. Some hustle a lot harder than myself. They have entire warehouses or entire things. What's up, Max Voltage? Good morning to you. They have entire warehouses or studios or apartments or condos or whatever, or containers full of mining hardware that runs nonstop because they're trying to make a profit. And most of those big operations are actual businesses. They're not individual people. I'm just somebody that takes GPUs I acquired, I put it to work because I'm not using it, right? I got my main GPU in here. Right now, I switched from the 1660 Super to 2080. I've been doing some testing on day one drivers because when I do get the 3080 sometime in 2022, I would like to test it. Gaming performance, mining performance, ray tracing performance. Even though those reviews will be out by then, I still want to test it. And I want to produce this content so that way, even though I'm not a big channel, maybe it would help somebody. That's what this channel is all about. Helping others. If I bump into something and I notice something and I experience something and nobody's posted about it, or if somebody's posted about it but it could be told a little bit differently or a little bit more informative about it, I'm going to do so. I've done stuff on cars. How to reset your Sirius XM radio, because some people get their channels get stuck because their subscription expires and they weren't paying attention, and now they can't switch it so they can send a refresh signal. Something as simple as that. I want to help others. If I see something, or if I have something that another person doesn't, I will use it to help you. That's what the goal is. Max Voltage says sheds, which is very true. Miners are not the enemy of gamers. They are not. They are 100% not the enemy of gamers. If anything, just like my car analogy, right? So not all car guys are into crypto, but all crypto guys are into cars. That's about right. So I'm a crypto guy, and I'm into cars. DTR World Cup, right? 2019. Most of the crypto miners and crypto people that I know are into cars, racing, whatever it may be. And then gamers, not all gamers are miners, but most miners are gamers. I can guarantee that because I see most of the crypto mining content creators gaming, whether they're streaming it. Red Panda, StarCraft, Crypto Mikkel, and Red Panda just the other day were doing a tournament for Call of Duty Modern Warfare. So we're gamers too. We just put our GPUs to use. So don't be upset at us. If anything, you should be upset at the scalpers. But getting mad at us and taking it out on us through social media, YouTube, whatever it may be, is one, irrelevant, and two, pointless. Because we're not your enemy. If I go to Best Buy and I see there's 20 GPUs of this one specific model and I want it, and I know that some kid with his mom or dad are going to come in and buy this GPU, I'm not going to buy the whole shelf. I'm not going to do it like that. I'm not. And that's why some of these manufacturers or vendors will have a limit, even though the bots can supersede that too. So they can supersede the CAPTCHA and they can supersede the limitations on these GPUs. You know, 1 per household, 2 per household. I would like to know how they do it, but they're able to do it. Maybe they have it shipped to different locations, PO boxes, I don't know. Excuse me. But they're able to supersede that. But me, myself, I'm not greedy. And I know most of the people in the community that I hang out with, Red Panda Mining, Crypto Mikkel, Savage Mine, Crypto Nuffy. Yeah, Crypto Nuffy has a big operation, but he's not a jerk. He's not going to go and sideswipe a child to get to the last GPU. No, man. So we have a conscience. We have morals. Just don't get mad at us. But we'll see how things turn out. I know a number of my friends are hunting still. I'm chilling. I got tired after the first 24 to 48 hours of hunting. And so I started working on my car. I got the RX 590 back. And I wanted to see how it's performing, how it's doing, which is performing well. It's actually performing 10 times better because the original RX 590 that I sent into XFX for RMA had some issues. I don't know what happened. It had some serious issues. So I got that back and been mining up since. What's up, Nemesis? Swamp 7, thank you for coming. Yeah, Smash, thank you for mentioning that. You guys can hit the like if you want to. I'm not going to shill y'all. I appreciate it nonetheless. I'm just a normal Joe, a normal guy that games, overclocks, mines crypto, takes care of his family and his wife. That's it. No fancy theatrics, no fancy studio, no fancy nothing. I would like a studio, don't get me wrong, but no. It's all good. Let's see how things are going to pan out with Bitcoin real quick before we start to wrap up things here. I was supposed to do this show yesterday, but this week has been a little bit disheartening as a whole. Not only because of just the RTX 3080, don't get it wrong, don't get it twisted. But just as a whole, there's been a lot going on this 2020. It's been a really crappy year. Got a lot of personal stuff that we're dealing with, so... Alright, so the 1 hour, we hopefully should pump back up. Drop. Okay. So that was, we might drop a little bit more before we go back up. But a lot of people with the CME fetish expect us to stay around this level so that way there's no gap come Monday, even though we still didn't fill the other gap of 96,000 or 9,600. But some of our altcoins aren't doing too well as we would like, and we really need Bitcoin to, you know, rise up and take all the altcoins with it. So a lot of red throughout the board. I need to move some of my coins. Like Algo just got supported not too long ago in Ledger. So I want to move Algo to my Ledger and start earning staking rewards. Yeah, well, I wouldn't say it's normal activity because, you know, Sunday football. So I expect that everybody's going to be peeling away and going to watch some football, which is understandable because I'm up for it too. Nemesis, just to give you a heads up, this former UA contractor avoids jail time for mining with a supercomputer. He only made $9,420 worth of cryptocurrency, but in the time that he used the supercomputer, he cost him $76,000. Not very efficient. And then we talked about the upcoming Ryzen or Zen 3 series coming out. I'm looking forward to that. Let's see what the 3090 is doing in Blender. So the 3090 renders up to 19.7% faster than the 3080. Well, duh. That thing is a beast. I believe Nemesis or Hot Rods in Crypto is trying to get a 3090. I wish him Godspeed. But that's a beast. That's a beast GPU. And I wonder what's going to happen because I heard rumors of the 3080 coming out with a revision with 20 gigabytes of memory. And then something coming out with 16. I could be wrong, but everything's all rumors right now. Would offer about 10% better performance than a 3080. I mean, for $1,500 though, man, even though it's a flagship, I just can't. So let's see here. BMW 27 took only 22.5 seconds compared to 26.9. Classroom 63 seconds versus 75. That's a big jump. Fishy Cat 45 seconds versus 51. It's not bad. It's not bad at all. So a decent percentage increase overall. And Gamers Nexus, he doesn't have the Asus yet, which is a card that a lot of our crypto favorites are trying to get, or a lot of our favorites, period, whether you're a tech tuber or crypto tuber. I haven't seen them do anything on this card yet because I don't think it's out. If it is out, only a select few got it. But Gamers Nexus did a video, a 15-minute recap of the EVGA For the Win 3, the Gigabyte Eagle, which I believe is their base edition, and the Asus Tough, trying to find out which is the better overclocker because they're getting ready for a live stream. If it's not aired already, coming up, might even be today, I'm not sure, for liquid nitrogen performance and trying to see what's going on. The For the Win 3 was the better of all of them as far as overclocking. The Asus Tough was good, was second, and then the Eagle, which is kind of like the Zotac Trinity. Those are like the lesser of the GPUs. Even BuildZoid talked about the PCB of, what was it called? Actually, hardcore overclocking. He talked about the Zotac. Yeah, right here. GPU PCB breakdown of the Zotac, and he talks about why it's a lesser card. And it's kind of sad because that's the card that's more available, so to speak, than the GPUs that we want. You can see the shunt resistor, 1, 2, 3. So these two are for the 8 pins. This one looks like the PCB or the PCI slot. And I mean, this is very good technical data. I like technical data. Like Nemesis knows me. When you're tearing down into hardware and looking at the PCB and the ins and outs of an FPGA or ASIC board or GPU, that's the hotness right there for me. That does it for me. So Zotac, the Zotac RTX 3080 Trinity PCB breakdown by Buildzoid on his channel, actually hardcore overclocking. Which I will put in the comments of this live stream. It's a very good video if you haven't watched it already. Like I said, Gamers Nexus already did a breakdown or did a quick bench. Just it wasn't a full suite of benchmarks, and they specify that, or they advise us that hey, this isn't a full suite. This is just we're trying to see which one's the best for LN2 overclocking, and the For the Win 3 was the better of them. I would like to see what the XC3 can do. And the Ventus. A lot of people do not like the Ventus. I have no problems with the Ventus, at least with the 1660 Super or TI series. It worked just fine for me, but a lot of people do not like the Ventus. I may be wrong as to why they don't like it, but they really don't. So we'll see how things turn out. I'm interested to see other GPUs or other manufacturers provide their versions of it. EK's got their water block coming out for, I guess you could say, for the reference design PCBs. You see how short it is? I guess we would call that the Founders Edition, because it's not reference. It's Nvidia's Founders Edition, and it's definitely not reference. But the Quantum Vector RTX 3080, 3090. Oh, it's both. So it's to fit both of those weird kind of PCB designs. Got RGB in it. Looks pretty good. Not too bad. Very short. Look at that copper cold plate right there. You could see also, if you look very carefully, the thermal pads on the outer side. So it looks like the center is nickel-plated copper, and then the outside you got where the thermal pads are for the memory modules. It looks like the cold plate design is still the same, or at least the pass-through is. Yeah, and it's very, very crazy to me. So you got memory modules, memory modules, memory modules. Is that a memory module? I guess that's 10. So 1, 2, 3. So that's 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, maybe? Let's go look at the PCB again for actually hardcore overclocking. But then again, hang on a second. The Zotac is nowhere near what the reference or the Founders Edition is. No, there is one down there. Okay. So it's 4 on each side. 1 up top, 1 on the bottom. 4, 4, 1 up top, 1 on the bottom. Well, this is for the 3090 or 3080. So either or, I can support either or, and I bet either PCB, because it's got more memory, obviously. That is going to be 4, bank of 4, bank of 4, bank of 3, and a bank of 1. Because you see they have room up there for it. Damn it. Where am I at? There it is. But it looks good. It looks good. We'll see more manufacturers. I believe there's other manufacturers out there that's got providing current capability list. Here's the list right here. I'll put this in the description because this is important for all those that like to liquid cool their GPUs. This is important to see the capabilities of this water block, or what cards they're compatible with. From EK. Got Gainward, which I was trying to look for a Gainward too, but I couldn't find it anywhere. Galax, KFA2, Palette, PNY, Zotac. So it does fit the Trinity. Does fit the Trinity. But it's a short block. Right? Hang on, I'll check chat in a minute. It's a short block. That doesn't look as long as the actual graphics card. It might be. Okay. Yeah, it might be. It could be that just the picture's playing a trick on me. It could be the full length. But we'll see more and more designs, because these GPUs, some of the manufacturers for the liquid cooling, maybe not EK. Maybe EK was sent a reference PCB, or again a Founders Edition. I keep saying that wrong. PCB, but not all of them were. So you're gonna have other manufacturers come out with some stuff that fit those GPUs. Obviously, in this list, we do not see the Asus. We don't see Gigabyte. We don't see EVGA. We don't see MSI. So that's very interesting to me. That tells me that the Zotac Trinity GPU and those Gainward, PNY, stuff like that is similar to that weird PCB design, or the Founders Edition design, as far as placement. Even though the card doesn't have that weird V, right, or shortness to it, the main componentry is similar to... Well, no. This isn't even for the Nvidia Founders Edition at all. This is specifically... So this is reference. This is reference. So this EK water blocks is a reference water block. There hasn't been one developed yet for the Founders Edition. Very interesting. Let's go look at EK real quick. Let's see if they even have one for the Founders Edition. Water blocks. Okay, full cover, 30 series. Okay, so that's the same one we were just looking at. There's the Strix. Okay, so there's the one for the Asus. And look at the difference in design. Look at that cutout right there. That's crazy. Let me check chat real quick. Bear with me 1 second. Asus TUF seems to be the one. Max Voltage says Asus TUF seems to be the one. Seems like the one to get so far based on the hardware unbox review. I haven't checked it out, but I heard good things about it. Thank you for that. I will check it out. Welcome, Deadwood. Thank you for joining us. Sitting out on my patio in the sun, doing great. How about you? He's talking to Deadwood. It's been raining all the time for me, so those guys are checking the weather there. It's been raining all the time here in Florida, and it sucks because it's messing up the days that we go out to Mexico and want to have a good evening running around. My tires are good. I got good octane. Got some VP in it. Just no area to run. The Deadwood. I wonder if Zotac fans are getting any better. We won't know until we have it in our hands. They haven't done a direct review, but we'll get one eventually. So the Asus Strix water block looks completely different. You know what? I should probably close some of these jokers out. Let's go ahead and do that. Let's put these closer together. Alright, so there's the one that fits the Zotac. And there's a small little cutout section right here. But then I wonder Is that where the SLI goes? Or the NV-Link? Yeah, that's where it goes. But that's a very deep cut. But that's for the, it looks like it's for the Asus. Yeah, it's for the Asus Strix. The Quantum Vector RTX 30. This looks like the universal build that we just talked about. This one right here. So that's for the universal Zotac, PNY, Gainward, Strix. So they only have one for the Strix. And then the lesser GPUs that I was just mentioning. Details, yada, yada, yada. Tension black plate. Recommend purchase. Okay. So you can't use the stock back plate. And this looks exactly like this one. So pretty much the only GPUs that have water blocks for it right now is what we would consider the reference PCB, because we got Gainward, Galax, KFA2, Palette, PNY, and Zotac. Those PCBs are like reference PCBs because they're all using the kind of the same setup. There's a water block for that from EK, and then there's the Strix, and that's it. So not for EVGA, not for Gigabyte, and maybe the water block will fit the Gigabyte, because in my opinion, the Gigabyte, at least the Eagle, which is the lesser, right? So it's the $699 one, will probably actually fit, but we don't know until we get the PCB in our hands, or somebody does a teardown of it, which I love to do. I would love to do a teardown, but I need a 3080. Yeah, why the heck would anybody put a Strix and then put a water cooler on it? You know who would do that? Bitwit Kyle, Paul's Hardware, Jay's 2 cents. Because the Strix, as far as VRM design, power, the componentry on the PCB itself is pretty good, just like EVGA. So if you are to water cool it, you're going to extend the performance capabilities of those GPUs. But yeah, I mean, the Strix air cooler or the EVGA air cooler is sufficient enough. And I heard the Asus stuff is actually pretty good. It's not the best, but compared to the $699 versions or the others, like the Zotac and the Eagle, the Tough is the better of the bottom plateau, so to speak. But look, there's different variations, right? So there's the $699 Tough. There's the $749 Tough. This one's gaming. Well, they're both gaming. I don't know what the price difference means, realistically. I know there's a gaming, there's an OC, but to me, I would just get the $699 one and just overclock it. To me, the OC is just they apply a default overclock. I'm not sure if they bend their GPUs and then sell it, but we'll have to see. This is true. I've become Zotac fan master. It takes me under 5 minutes to pull the card, and fans fill with oil and boot. I don't even take the cards apart. I just pop tops off the fan now. 749 has a higher standard. Yeah, but you can just manually overclock the card. So paying the extra $49 for a factory overclock isn't really worth it. That's why a lot of people are just like, why'd you get the 1080 Ti or the Aorus 1080 Ti regular edition? Well, because even though it doesn't have a big old copper backplate, like it has a copper backplate, but it's very small compared to the OC one, and I can still overclock it and get pretty close. Maybe not exact, but pretty close. But yeah, this video from BuildZoid, check it out, man. It's very detailed. We get to look at the individual componentry, the VRMs, the memory controllers. You know, he talks about the way it's split up and why they split it up and stuff like that. It's very detailed. And BuildZoid is actually a really cool guy. He helped me out inside the Gamers Nexus Discord many of times with good information, primarily around the Zotac, the ASRock Z390 Tachi Ultimate. That system was really good. Matter of fact, I'm not sure how this is gonna look. Yeah, you can barely see it. So that system is gonna be my benchmark system for a while. I'm not planning on upgrade it to the Intel 10 series. I'm just gonna stick with the Z390 Tachi Ultimate 9900K, which I modified the CPU for better cooling. It has great clock speed. It's only 8 cores, 16 threads, but it gets the job done. The VRMs are okay, and I have it manually tuned because stock control over the voltage is bad. The ASRock Tachi it just overvolts it too much, and you have to control it. If you control it, it's a little bit better. But let me see something here. Zotac PCB breakdown, Buildzoid, go check it out. This video is the one where they talk about those 3 cards and which one overclocks. It's not the full thing. They will run their full benchmark suite. Just be patient. But they're just looking for which one will overclock the best for the LN2 overclocking, which I don't know when he said it will come out, but I'm interested to see when it would actually happen. Because I want to see how LN2, what happens when you put it under LN2 and get some good clock. So we'll see. And I'll have to check out, thank you Max for advising me about hardware unbox. I will check out the Strix. Oh, they got the MSI Trio. The Asus Tough. Where's the Strix? I thought you said there was a Strix. Oh, wait a second. Is there a Strix max voltage? There's the Trio. Okay. Yeah, I want to see the Strix. I want to see the Strix. I want to see the MSI Ventus. Let's see. They did the Trio. Right, so we need the Ventus, we need the EVGA XC3. The Aorus card just looks stupid to me. Why? Like, the 3080 doesn't even have NVLink. Why would you leave that notch in there? Continue that damn shroud all the way to the end and down. Why would you leave that in there? I understand on the 3090 because you want NVLink to reach or whatever. Either that or build a wider PCB. I don't know. Like, that notch is just so ugly. Despite the Zotac being more available on the secondhand market because of scalpers or as far as pre-orders and stuff like that, I haven't seen too much information on that other than the PCB breakdown. I want to see the overclocks. But the XC3, the MSI Ventus, the Aorus Gaming, the Zotac Trinity in gaming performance, not just PCB breakdown, and the Asus Strix. Well, I already said the Asus Strix. But there's got to be other card manufacturers that are going to come out. There has to be. And it's just a matter of being lucky and at the right time to where the bots don't beat you to it. But yeah, that's pretty much it for today, guys. I appreciate you hanging out with me. Wow, during the show we got all the way down to 10,700 and brought back up to 10.8. So hopefully we can go all the way up. If we do, we go all the way up to about 10.9. Sit there until Monday and then hopefully move on up. See how things go. But we need the altcoins to go ahead and move up with it. Ethereum's going to look pretty good. Anyone making blower cards yet? No. No manufacturers making blower cards for the Nvidia series or the AMD series as yet to come out. Notch is nice for workstations. Understandable. But the notch, from my understanding, would be for NVLink, which no 3080 has NVLink. Only the 3090 has NVLink. Matter of fact, let's see if we got a good view of any of this. You know, they don't really give us any good views. You know what view I would like? I would like the view to where I can actually see the side of the card and actually see the thickness between the back of the PCB and the back plate. Like that's almost what I would like to see, but it needs to be angled down more. Yeah, see, look right here. Let's see, can I change it? Come on, change. What are you doing? Whatever. Anyways, no NVLink right here. No NVLink. So that notch to me is completely unnecessary. Let's move over to the 3090 and see. And they don't even show it in the renders. So whatever. That's the 3080 still. Where's the 3090? 3090, 3090. 3090. There it is, NVLink. Man, I couldn't imagine two of those. And Nvidia announced the other day that SLI is dead. Like, completely announced, hey, it's dead. But, let's see. SLI is dead, good riddance. Nope, that was 2 years ago. It was some recent article about them talking about SLI being dead. But it's been dying, and it's been a dead thing. But NVLink Tutos and NVLink on a workstation, that's how I was trying to get my boss. Like, hey, we need one of these. Make it 2 bus. I need to run NVLink. Gigabyte has a blower RTX 3080 coming out. That's stupid. That's so stupid. These things are... They shouldn't be attached to a blower card. Or blower heatsink or shroud or whatever. Alright guys. Well, I'm going to wrap it up here. My wife gave me plenty of time to do my stream. And I appreciate that. Like I said, because I don't have a studio or my own area to where I can stream or do content all the time, it's very limited between my full-time job, my family duties, and what I would like to do for you guys in the community. I hope you have a great game of football for whatever team you're supporting. Go Bears. Yeah. It should be on, at least the game starting, so go enjoy it. Have some fun. If you're drinking, drink responsibly. And I hope you guys just have a great day. Take care of yourselves. Do me a favor, hit the like button on the way out. And stay tuned towards the end of this month. We're coming at the end of September. I will do my monthly recap of what the most profitable cryptocurrency to mine for that month was. As the series just looks at the past to determine, hey, what the best was. And at the end of the year, 2020, I will look at the entire year and put my top 10 for both AMD and Nvidia and top cryptocurrencies overall between either or. Because right now, Ethereum Classic, and Raven are the top for both. But I appreciate you guys stopping by, spending some time with me. You have a wonderful day. Take care, and I'll catch you later. If you're new to the channel, subscribe. I'll see y'all.